Yeah. Hey guys, so you're watching Team Macaw, the 7th of the 8th, and we're talking about the whole meeting is talking about mindset now. We're going to get everyone into the
Mindset,
jam
perspective,
and
leadership.
Yep, and laws and rules and fear. And you guys have so much to learn, and we want to give you guys the best value possible. So, Abbas is going to talk about the perspective of mastering mindset.
I am?
Yeah.
I'm joking. So what is my points again? Where's my points? Because I don't understand your writing.
Here.
Laws. Okay. So everyone's heard of the law of attraction, yeah? Everyone's heard of the law of attraction? Law, the normal law by citizen. There's laws about everything. There's even law of gravity. There's even, believe it or not, there's even law regarding perspective. Sorry, about what was the laws of?
Laws and rules and then leadership.
Yeah, so we're talking about laws now. Laws of what? Because I can't understand your writing.
You just said laws.
Yeah, but about what? There's laws about what? Where's my pinpoints?
You didn't write pinpoints.
Yeah,
but you said laws of attraction, laws of obviously abiding by the restrictions and
oh, now I remember. The laws of your mindset, is that correct?
Yeah.
And your feeling, that kind of stuff. Yes. So there's law of attraction, there's law of gravity, so there's laws for everything. So even you know how obviously there's laws on the street, there's rules and laws. So what happens in my street? The speed limit is 60 in my street, I believe. Yeah, 60. There's also a childcare in my street. So let's say you're going 60. Let's say you're going 120. Let's say someone popped out of the driveway and didn't look behind them and just came out. Maybe at 50 or 60 you can slow down and avoid that, correct? But 120 you can't. So they keep rules to keep you in check, correct? So you can obviously follow the rules so no accident happens. So this is the same law, and the same rule applies to your success. There's a law for success. There's a law to, get rid of fear. There's a law for everything. So example, if you want to beat fear, kick it to the curb, there's a law for it as well. And what's that? What beats fear every single time? Taking action. Whatever scares you, just face it. Whatever scares you, just do it. Have you noticed how hard it is to get out of your cold bed? Out of your hot bed to get into a cold room? How hard is it? When you think about it, it becomes so hard and it becomes more hard and more hard. But if you just jump out of your bed immediately, you got no time to think about it. So I'm trying to say to you is action always beats fear. Every single time. There's a law to it. There's always a law to it. No matter what there is in life, there's always a law. If you want to become successful, an entrepreneur, there's a law for it. If you want to become the best motivational speaker in the world, there's a law to it. There's rules to it. And you got to abide by those laws and by those rules. If you want to have a 9-to-5 job for the rest of your life, follow the 9-to-5 job, follow the 9-to-5 rules and the laws and all that kind of stuff, which all our life we've been doing anyway. The game I'm trying to say, if you want to become rich, there's a law for it. If you want to, if you want to stay broke, and I'm not saying you guys are broke, I'm saying if you guys want to stay poor, or if you guys want to be poor, there's a law for it as well. So no matter what you look at, there is a law, no matter what it is. There's a law, there's rules of, how this book works. So there's a law, and there's rules about how this iPad works. It comes with an instruction manual. And even no matter what car you buy, there's law for it, there's rules for it, how it works and how much warranty they give you and all that kind of stuff. And you follow the rules. If you follow the laws and the rules, the car will last a lot more longer than any other car. But if you don't follow the rules in that certain car. So also, I can get more into laws if you like.
Yeah,
a lot more laws. So let's say right now, some laws are just you're born in it, like born into it. So if we don't breathe, we die. There's a law. You get what I'm trying to say? That's a law as well. If a car decides one day but it doesn't want to drink petrol no more, guess what? The car stops driving. There's a law. Let's say one day that the tree decides that I don't want to, I don't want to connect to grass no more or dirt. As soon as you cut it off, it dies. You don't kill it. It dies itself. There's a law to it. Let's say one day that fish is sick of water. Gets out of the water, it dies. But this is the natural law. Does that make sense to you guys? So no matter what there is in life, there's always a law, there's always rules, and you got to abide by those laws for certain ways to get wherever you want to get. I might be confusing you guys, but I really, really know what I'm talking about because I read about it like a lot.
Can you explain something about leadership?
Leadership. I'll get you to talk about something else for now. Leadership.
Okay.
I'll talk about
later. So
Jeremiah, welcome Jeremiah. This is our special guest, Jeremiah. I know you guys know who Jeremiah is. Jeremiah.
What's going on, mate? How you going?
Brody's direct upline. Brody's for Nitro, the legend. This is his direct upline. Jeremiah.
This is the guy that got him into the business.
Yeah. Hello, Jeremiah.
Good, mate. Good. How you going?
How you been, buddy?
Good, mate. Can't complain. Just ticking away. You know how it is.
I noticed that you've updated your vision board.
Oh, heck yeah, boy. Check this out. Check this.
Awesome, man.
This daddy thing.
You guys have a vision board, correct? Every single one of you guys have a vision board, yeah?
That's my vision board. So
Nice.
it's 2 meters that way and 1.8 meters that way. It's only half finished. So
I can see there's a photo of me on your wall as well. Yeah.
yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah. That's exactly. I've got it on the top priority side. You know what I mean? So.
We're glad to have you here, man.
So it's actually great that Jeremiah showed you guys your vision boards. For you guys to have success, one of the laws is literally to freaking stare success in the face. Whatever you guys want to achieve, whether it be a new car, whether it be a new jet ski, whether it be a new boat, freaking you want to go off-roading, whatever the case may be, it should be right in front of you, staring you in the face every single day. The reason being is because us as humans, we are visually, like we learn by visual learning. We're visual learners. If your goal is staring you in the face every single day, what do you reckon? Are you more likely to achieve it? Yes or no? Yes. That's exactly why you guys should have vision boards. And you want and I don't know about you guys, but when you have a vision board, it actually makes your goals, just your office aesthetically pleasing. So it's more fun, more interactive. It's like, okay, I want that car. I want this car. I'm going to get that car. I'm going to have this car. I'm going to go on this holiday. I'm going to do that.
The way I look at it is it becomes a reality.
Yes.
See what I mean? Like a dream is only a dream, but once you draw it out, it becomes a reality. You can see it. As human beings, we like to see stuff.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's the way I am. What about you, Jeremiah? Obviously, you like to see stuff. You've got a vision.
Oh yeah. Oh mate, yeah, massively, yeah. Because when I moved into my new place, I didn't want to just get some pissy small, vision board. I wanted to get something that was, like Safa said, right, aesthetically pleasing, which is such a tongue twister. But yeah, like when I got this vision board, I actually, it's actually funny because I went on Marketplace to look for this vision board, and there was this big ass vision board. It's like 2 meters that way, 1.8, 1.6 this way, and I actually reached out to the guy. I was like, hey, mate, like, hell keen to, grab this vision board of yours, whereabouts you? And he says, oh, yeah, I live in Scarborough. It's only like 40 minutes down the road. So I went and got it. And he's like, and he had it up for like $60 or whatnot. And I was like, and I didn't even try and bargain it. You know what I mean? $60 for that size? Mate, friggin' here, have 100. So I actually gave him $100 because, like, the main reason I gave him $100 was because he just left it out the front of his house. He's like, hey, mate, I'm going to work. It's out the front. Just leave the money in the meter box. He doesn't know me. I could have just, like, grabbed it, see you later, blocked him on Facebook, and that's it. That's it, gone. But because he trusted me, a stranger, to buy it, so I said, hey, mate, left you a bit of a treat. So I actually left him $100 in his meter box. You know what I mean? Sow a seed, you reap a harvest. You know what I mean? Like, given it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. You know what I mean? So
that's great. That means the value of that went up.
Yeah.
So $20 now it's worth $100.
Well, awesome thing. He ended up joining the business like a couple of weeks later, anyway. So.
So there you go.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That is freaking amazing. Yes, he's from WA.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cleo is asking if you're from WA. Jeremiah is the man.
She's so happy.
Yeah, she loves it. She loves, honestly.
Jeremiah, do you still do team meetings or you top that? Because I haven't spoken to you in a while.
No, I don't do any of my team meetings. I've lost all my downlines. They're all gone.
Fair enough. What a way to completely get things depressing.
All right, so I'm just going to continue on with what I was saying. So
yeah, but I completely forgot to get the outcome of this law. You know how we're talking about law of this, law of this? The last point was, as soon as you cut yourself off from your purpose, your dream, you're practically dead as well. I forgot to say that because Jeremiah jumped along. I saw his pretty eyes and I completely forgot.
What's that? What's that?
But the last thing was, I was talking about if fish get out of the water, you have to kill the fish, it dies. When the tree gets out of the soil, it dies. When it casts off drinking petrol, it stops moving. When you don't find your purpose, and when you don't keep following your dream, you're dead as well. You become a zombie. You allow people control you.
That's right.
So
That's right.
That's what I was supposed to end it with.
Well, one thing I've learned, one thing that I've learned, right, is don't follow your passion. Your passion's not going to make you a dime. Follow your gift.
Yes.
Don't follow your passion. Your passion ain't gonna. Yeah, that's right. Your passion ain't gonna make you a dime. It really isn't. Your passion might be to oh yeah, my passion is I want to play golf. I'm really good at it. Golf ain't gonna make you a dime. You're no Tiger Woods. It ain't gonna make you a dime. You need to follow your gift. God gave every human being a gift. Everyone. It ain't fair for you to come into this world and you don't.
Every single one of you guys own it to the world. Everyone has a gift.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right. And the world wouldn't be the same. And this is another thing that I say to people, right? This is another thing that I say to people. Stop trying to be somebody else because they're already taken. Be you. Like, you know what I mean? Be you. Everyone else. Hey, be you. Everyone else is taken. Be you.
Yeah. I wanted to be you, man. I wanted to be you. I'm happy about that.
Mate, I wanted to be you, mate. I wanted to be you. You know, but yeah, it's important that you find out. It's important you find out what your gift is because obviously I don't know, you know, I don't know many. I obviously don't know many of you. I left ACE 7-8 months ago, so there's a lot of you I don't know. I mean, I've never met Phoebe. I don't know her from Barra Folk, but I've seen her a lot.
Some of these guys are not even part of ACE. Suffer mentors or people that's even part of different platforms. But I've never
which
even heard
was
of.
like Gaz when we started Jeremiah.
Awesome. Oh, brilliant. Oh, beautiful. Okay, fantastic.
Suffer likes to help everyone. That's the way she is, and she's always been like that, and she'll never change.
That's my gift.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Well, I've only ever seen probably. Oh, I know Fatima very well. I know her very well. I know Abbas and Safa. The only other person that I can't say I know Phoebe, but I've seen her a lot.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I know.
It's a pretty face to see a lot.
Yeah. I know Phoebe quite well. I've never Phoebe and what. But one thing I have learned, it's don't chase your passion. It ain't going to make you a dime. You need to find out what your gift is because obviously I'm a Christian and I believe massively in the Lord and whatnot. And one thing the Bible says is that your gift will make room for you. And that's true. The gift that's inside of you will make room for you. It will make room for you and it will give you time.
Yeah. You know what? You say that. You're talking about gifts now. Can I get into gifts?
Yeah, go, mate. Let her rip.
You can stay off mute. So what I've read, I don't know how long ago I read it, but I know I read it. People, when they're born, they try to be someone else. Is that what, Jeremiah? I've been trying to be you all my life. People are trapped, but little do they know their gift is trapped within them. Yeah, I mean, I've got how much birds do I have? I've got 5 birds. Just because the bird is trapped doesn't mean the gift is inside the cage. You know, what has God gave the bird? What gift does it have? It's obvious. It's gave a flight. Birds can naturally fly. They don't go to swimming. They don't go to flight school to learn how to fly. They just naturally fly. A fish doesn't go to swimming school to go and swim. The gift is within it.
Yeah.
And no matter where the fish is, doesn't matter if it's on a bowl or on the ocean, it's still within it. Doesn't matter if it's trapped or not, it's still within you. It's the same thing with you. Exactly the same thing with you. If you think you're trapped, then your gift is still within you. You just gotta find it. No matter where you are. No matter where you are. Like I've got a Macaw that's worth $5,000. Believe me, it's trapped. I'll bring it out whenever I want it as well. But even when it's trapped, the gift is still within that cage. God has put flight in that bird. You know what I'm trying to say? So everything here on earth has a gift, no matter if it's an ant, to a human being, to a lion, to Jeremiah, to anyone.
Yeah, well, it's
talking about gifts, so I want to get into it as well.
It's actually funny. I don't know if you guys know, but if you guys haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I uploaded probably about half an hour ago.
empowerment.
5 freaking minutes at 25 hours.
Oh,
yeah, about empowerment. Is it about empowerment within you? Yeah.
Yes. So basically,
I'm onto it, mate. I'm onto it.
Okay, so I want you guys to jump on my YouTube channel and go watch that because that's what I spoke about at the actual event was fucking gift. So I'm not going to speak to you guys about for 50 minutes. I do want to go into what I wanted to speak about, if you guys don't mind. As much as I love this bromance going on, I gotta shine. But yeah, it's funny that you guys are talking about gifts because I don't believe in coincidences anymore. I uploaded that not even probably half an hour ago, and now these lovely people can go back on my YouTube channel, subscribe to me, and watch that video. It goes for about 50 minutes, and you guys can you know, like see what I spoke about at the event and how I gained 2K extra followers. But that's another story. Okay, so let's talk about facing your fears.
Let's talk about
Let's talk about facing your fears.
Mm.
We're all here because we have fears. Fears are literally instilled in us at such a young age. Thanks, Hamza. You're like distracting Abbas. I really appreciate it. So let's talk about how fear stops us. So fear is what something restricts us. And where does fear stem from? Fear literally stems from traumatic events, incidents in our lives that we didn't like or we felt uncomfortable, or something that hurt us in our childhood. So for example, as a child, if you've lost someone very dear to you, then you grow up with the fear of love and being open and trusting. If you've grown up with a very abusive parent and you try to keep the peace between your parents, you grew up with a fear of speaking out, speaking your you know, having a voice. If you grew up with parents that didn't have much money, you will have a scarcity mindset. That's your fear. And unfortunately, what happens is your fear becomes your blockage. The girls in my mentorship sessions will know this very well, which is why I pull them apart and get down to the layers. I tell them, I pull you apart like a chicken and make you into a sexy salad. Everything that I speak about is an analogy to food, because food, I love food. Okay? And pizza. So your fears then, so your traumas then become your fears, and your fears become your blockages. Now, it's up to you whether you want to remove this block or keep it there. And I have the gift of image reflection, which means I can see a different perspective to everyone else. Even in my photography, everyone will capture it this way, but I'll capture it this way. You might capture something from the bottom. I might capture something from the top. I just have that gift of image reflection. I see people in a different aspect and different light to everyone else. That's why when I talk about fears, when I talk about why you went through that, we talk about the instances that led you up to doing this. So, for example, if your mother was divorced and you were only at such a young age and you put all the responsibility on it, you obviously grow up with this controlling mindset. So you want to be in control all the time. But then after a while, you are scared to be out of control. That becomes a fear. Okay? So as a business, we don't realize that our fears is what's holding us back. And unless your mindset is literally unbeatable, then you're not going to beat this fear. You're not going to beat this blockage, and it's going to take over you. And that's why people kind of drop off the face of the earth in this business, because they're not able to, one, identify their fears, two, identify their blockages and push past them. So how do you push past your fears? You first have to identify what your fear is. And if you don't know how to identify your fear, you need to go back to your childhood, unfortunately. Sorry, but you have to. You got to go back to your childhood and figure out where this fear came from. You have to. You just have to. I had a freaking fear of making money or being successful or failure, whatever. It stemmed from my mum. Having failed in so many businesses, it became a norm. I had that fear. I also had a fear of being out of control, which is affecting my business because I was all hands on deck all the time, which was physically exhausting. Okay, so we got to identify our fears and we got to face them head on. But what about the fears that keep us back from taking action? What about the fears that take us back from doing the things that we need to do? Those go lives, those ads, running that ad, having people like putting yourself in a spotlight where people are going to criticize you. When you're doing a go live or a video, unfortunately, this is a very common thing. Oh my God, what are people going to think about me? But people ask me all the time, how do I do a go live? Just press go. Just do it. Just press go. It's called a go live for a freaking reason, not record. Just press fucking go. Okay? So if you don't jump, your parachute will never open. Meaning, if you don't take the step forward, you will never learn to swim on your own. I think this is a perfect analogy for what we're going through in our businesses right now. Everyone needs to hear this. If you don't pull the trigger, pull the parachute off, you will never learn whether it will open or it will close. You don't know. I don't want you to think, oh my God, it's not going to open. Oh my God, I'm going to fall. Oh my God, I'm going to fail. Don't worry about it. Just pull the parachute open. Because unless you do that, unless you jump and put yourself in that position, you will never know whether you're capable of that. And your gifts flourish on your own, which is exactly why you guys perform better on your own. It's just a fact. As I said it once the other day, the best. Every religious person or every famous person goes to a place by themselves to think, and that's where they came.
Jeremiah is a man of God, aren't you? Every single person received their calling when they were somewhere quiet on a mountain, somewhere out with the goats, somewhere was no humans around. God speaks to them. God speaks to you every single day, but you don't hear it. There's so much noise around you. There's too much people telling you this, too much people telling you that. Go somewhere quiet, speak to yourself. Believe me, sometimes you hear something speaking back to you. It's your thoughts. You hear it every single day. Sometimes you think it's this, sometimes you think it's that. It's you. It's your inner voice. You can call it whatever you want. But every single person, every single religious person, every single prophet, anyone received their calling when they were somewhere quiet by themselves. Why? Because there's no noise around them. There's no one telling them this. There's no one telling them that. There's no one trying to control them. No one trying to control them. They listen to their own thoughts and their own thoughts alone, and they're somewhere quiet. You know, these days we call it meditation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or just isolation.
And these days, you know, it's so popular and you can sell it so easily. I believe Jeremiah used to pay a lot of money a month to go do this kind of stuff because it works. It really works. But because we get distracted so much with our phones, with this and with that, and with drugs and everything that, you know, if you go to doctors, they give you this and they give you that just to, you know, keep you calm instead of you getting
kind of mask the pain around you.
Yeah, mask the pain instead of you actually get into it and think about it and capture it and let it go.
So, and this has nothing to do with your negative thoughts, guys. Completely different thing. What we're talking about is the thoughts that the thoughts of your calling, the thoughts of your gift, the thoughts of your creativity, your ideas that everyone else thinks, oh, it's a shit idea, but it's a really good idea. That's what you need to let go of. That's what you need to bring out. That's what you need to establish. That's what you need to give a chance to yourself to pull that parachute open and actually let it start. Hesitation is the thing that messes up the chance of not having your dreams. So when we hesitate about, when we put our ad out, when we run our first go live, when we run our first video ad, because that's scary shit, man. That's scary shit. We did our first video ad in August last year. It was fucking scary. It was so scary.
Yeah, but it was scary of what? As soon as I put up, we didn't even care. I was like,
yeah,
is that it?
Is that it? Yeah, it's like just, it was a 30-second one, 32-second one.
Yeah, but that, I want to pick it back off that when it comes to leadership. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going.
So if we hesitated, and said, no, I don't think this is a good ad to put up there, do you think that we would be here right now? No. That ad was probably the most successful ad, and guess how much I ran it for? $1 a day for 7 days. Yeah. It got leads for $1 a day for 7 days.
Yeah, just to scale it, yeah.
Just to scale it, I just want to say it. And that was like last.
Running,
yeah.
I believe.
And that was just, and Abbas was like, okay, we have $1 more in our daily budget. Let's just blow it. And we got leads off it.
Ad ever.
First video ad
ever, yes.
More at the beach.
Correct. Yeah.
Freaking got leads off it.
It wasn't even like a proper, like,
no, it wasn't even,
it was just a boost.
It was just a freaking boost. Yeah. It wasn't even proper, it was just a boost.
We just boosted it.
Okay, but we got sales from it. But if we hesitated, we wouldn't have known the growth. I speak to people every single day. I've been in this business for 2 years, Safa, I haven't made a sale. I've been in this business for 11 months, Safa, I haven't made a sale. Safa, I've been in this business for 3 months, I haven't made a sale. Safa, I've been in business for 6 months, I haven't made a sale. Okay. But when did you start stepping out of your comfort zone? When did you actually start stepping into that fear? Oh, I have yet not to. Well, your journey has not started. The day you start facing your fears and pulling that parachute open is the day your journey starts. Just because you buy a trifecta does not mean you stepped out of your comfort zone. Just because you signed up underneath someone more successful does not mean you jumped out of your comfort zone. Just because you listen to a podcast a day to make it sound like to everyone that you're being smart and motivational does not mean that you're putting and implementing the things that you need to do to be successful. Just because your mentor is 6A2, 6A23, 6A24, 6A, whatever the case may be, does not mean that you are successful. The day you become successful is the day you start facing your fears and pulling that parachute open. That's the day you become.
That's what keeps you happy. Progress.
Yes.
Every single day, challenge yourself. Honestly, we're speaking from experience. This is not bullshit. This is the law.
Yeah.
This is the rules.
This is the law that we freaking followed.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
To success. Everything that we're sharing now is basically everything that we follow to the T, guys. Yeah. We followed this to the T. So I want to tell you guys a quote that really resonated with me. Courage is the resistance to fear, mastery of fear, and not the absence of fear. Courage is the resistance to fear, the mastery of fear, and not the absence of fear. So understand your fears there, conquer it, and master it. So then it doesn't become a fear anymore. It becomes a strength. Guess what I was scared of when we first started? A go live. Guess what we're really good at now? Go lives. Guess what I was really scared of when we first started this business? Content. Guess what we're really good at? Content.
Oh, what I was scared of was actually talking to people.
Yes.
Yeah. People all my life used to tease me how fast I used to speak, and it didn't make sense, and people used to laugh at me. Me growing up, when I was a kid, I used to see videos of myself. It was quite cute. But eventually it's not cute anymore. When you reach 7 and 8 years old, you actually don't make sense.
He used to stutter.
Yeah.
He used to speak very fast. And unfortunately, what happened was his mum, oh, it's really cute, or you don't know how to speak, or don't worry about it. So what they did was they never sent him to a speech therapist. Our son had the same issue. I took his ass to speech therapy immediately.
So what did I do? I actually faced the front on and just spoke in front of how much 400 people the first time. Then now I think it was about 300 something people, and people actually understood me. So I told myself, okay, people do understand me, because all my life my cousins used to tease me, everyone used to tease me badly. It was very, very embarrassing. Are you teasing me now?
So initially that became a fear. Speaking to large numbers of people was scary to him. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Abbas's first go.
It's scary for a lot of people, because apparently that's the number one fear over death. Is public speaking. Yes, public speaking. If you actually go look it up, it's the number one thing. It's
if you master that,
I must admit, it's so freaking scary.
It's fun now. But we started off. If you guys ever watched Abbas's first ever go live, it went for 32 seconds. He didn't know what to say. He turned the camera around about 5 times. He couldn't get the camera direction right. He goes, okay, just going to drop off my kids at childcare, and then going to massage. And if you guys want the same lifestyle, hit me up. 30 seconds. He was shaking. He was shaking.
After it was done, I was like, is that it? I could have gave a lot more.
Yeah.
I finished Think Go Rich twice. I have so much knowledge. I could have shared a lot more. But we just that, the scarcity, just that, let it go. No. People are going to tease you. No, this. But as soon as it was done, my heart was racing, and it felt so good. Honestly, it felt so good. And ever since then, I started to stick to once a week. And whenever I done a go live, I used to get a lot of leads. Like Jeremiah will tell you, when I first came into this business, it took me 11 days to reach 3A.
Yeah, not long.
Yeah, didn't take me too long to get noticed within Team Alpha Omega. Very, very quick. 3 months into it, I started to get bombarded badly. I started to beg her, please, just help me. I'll teach you. I'll show you this. I'll learn what Jordan Belfort does. I said, what Jordan Belfort? I got the Wolf of Wall Street. Just please help me. There's all these women speaking to me and all this kind of stuff. It'll be good if you can help me. And eventually I got her in. And honestly, I could definitely say it got a lot more better. If you go through my page, it was just copy and paste stuff, and here and there was a photo of myself. And when she came along, it was all just photos of herself, nothing else. The content went up. The content went up dramatically.
If you need to go, Jeremiah, it's okay, man.
Yeah.
We thank you to come onto this. We actually really appreciate it.
But do you want to piggyback off fear? Because I know you faced your fear so many times.
Yes. Can you before you go? Piggyback off fear.
Piggyback off of fear. Well, I don't tell people to run from their fears. I tell them run to their fears. Right? Don't run from them, run to them, because they're going to hunt you down like a pack of wolves. So you might as well face them as soon as you can. Right? Because your fears turn into resiliency. When you face your fears, you become very resilient. You know what I mean? I've been in this business for 20 months. You know, and you know, by the grace of God, I've succeeded massively. I've done very well. I've made over $180,000 online purely through a laptop screen. And it's all by the grace of God. You know what I mean? But I tell you what, I'd be lying to you if I told you that I've had a smooth run. No, sir. I have not had a smooth run at all. I've had my ups and downs. Trust me. I've had my ups and downs, definitely. But you know, it was definitely God that got me through. But I tell you what, though, it's because I went through the drama then turned into resiliency. I got very thick skin now because of it. Nothing phases me much now. You know what I mean? I've become very, very resilient. But not only have I become extremely resilient, but it's funny, you know. I wrote it down. I actually wrote it down the other day. Give me 1 sec. I actually wrote it down the other day, and I cannot remember it word for word.
But how good does it feel when you actually face this? Like, it wasn't that bad after a way. It wasn't
right.
My head told me. It wasn't that, you know, it was just false evidence being real. Sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, here it is. I wrote it down the other day, right? See, the problem with most people, right? The problem with most people is they want to get to the top of the mountain without going through the valley. Give me a break, mate. What, do you own a helicopter? That's not going to work. It ain't going to work. If you want to get to the top of the hill, guess what, sunshine? You're going to have to go through the mud.
Yep.
You're going to have to go through the cold valley, right? Yeah, the sun, the heat is at the top of the mountain, but you're going to have to go through the cold, muddy mist first before you get there. See, the problem with most people, right, is they want a success. They want a type of success for which they have not been groomed for yet. You understand? People want a success for which they have not been groomed for. The amount of success, and I wrote this down the other day, the amount of success that you want without the character to be able to handle it, it won't be a blessing. It'll be a curse. It's just like a child that's born prematurely, right? A woman goes through what she needs to go through for 9 months, right? The baby's in the oven for 9 months, right? And then bang, the door opens and the baby comes out. Now the baby's the promise. The 9 months is the process. You got to go through the process to get the promise. You understand? That's, you know what I mean? Freaking gotcha. See ya. But like,
yeah, there's obviously it's not manufactured properly.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know what I mean? So it's like birthing a baby prematurely. The chances of survival go down the earlier the child is born, right? The earlier the child is exposed, the survival, the chances of survival just take a violent nosedive, right? To be exposed to the success that you're asking God for too early, it ain't going to be a blessing. It'll be a burden. It'll kill you. It'll kill you. When I was a young kid, when I was 11 years old, my favorite preacher, if you ever get a chance, go look him up on YouTube. My favorite preacher, his name is Jesse Duplantis, right? His name is Jesse Duplantis. He's my favorite motivational speaker, and I watch him a lot. And people that watch me for a while eventually look at me and go, you know what, you talk a lot like that Jesse Duplantis, because my dad got me onto his teachings when I was 10 years old.
Wow.
Right? There's not one sermon that he's preached that I can't recite. I went and saw him live. I watched him since I was 10 years old, and I watched him live 6 weeks ago. Imagine watching sort of like your idol, your hero, since you were 10 years old, and then going and watching them. There was nothing that he said live that I've never heard before. I pretty much recited the whole thing.
That's
right? You know what I mean?
And that means that's the true him. If you're telling me you've been watching ever since you were 10 years old and now you're 22, I believe.
25.
25. So he's been saying the same thing for 10, 15, 30 years. That means that's the real him. People always say the world talks about the same thing. That's because that's what he is. That's what he likes to preach. That's the true him. If a person every week talks about something else, that's obviously not really him. Like Gary talks about the same thing every single week.
He beats on the same drum, yeah.
That means that's really him. That's his message. Why
That's right.
changeable?
That's right, exactly. And everybody's got a message. That's exactly right. Everybody's got a gift and everyone's got a testimony. No one that you cannot argue against someone else's testimony. That's one thing you can't argue with. You can't argue with facts and you can't argue with someone's testimony, right? So people want all this success and they want to go to the next level, but then they haven't been groomed for it yet. You understand? I'll give you a prime example before I go, and this is a good one. All right? How do you get wine?
From grapes. Or is it grapes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got to do to the grapes? That's right. You got to crush them. That's exactly right. That's right. People prefer wine out of grapes. Why? Wine lasts forever. Grapes don't. They rot. That's right. So what I'm trying to say here, you get wine out of grapes, but in order to get the wine from the grapes, you got to be crushed. It's the same thing with us. You want to go from where you are to the top, you'll have to go through a crushing process, and it's going to hurt. You will go through a crushing time, and it will hurt. I've gone through mine. Trust me. Well, boy, have I gone through mine. But let me tell you something. Everybody loves a fine wine. Everyone's heard that saying, right? I've got a mate of mine who's like 70 years old. He said, Jeremiah, let me tell you something, mate. I'm like a fine wine, right? You hear that? You hear old people.
Some more nicer he takes.
Well, that's it, eh? That's it. So, grapes don't last forever. They grow, they rot, they die. A good wine will last forever. Everyone loves a wine. Not everyone loves the grapes. Why? Well, grapes rot away eventually. But in order to go from being a grape to being a wine, you've got to go through the crushing process. And the crushing process is painful, right? But the crushing process the crushing process is the process. The wine is the promise. You will go through a crushing time that will groom you to have the capabilities to handle the promise.
That's perfect. Where do grapes come from? Where do grapes come from? Do they grow on trees or are they a plant?
Yeah, they grow from trees, yeah.
So the only reason I say that is, okay, then because I like to see through things. So what about the tree's gift? Is it really for the tree? Or is it for the grape? Once upon a time, that tree wasn't even there. It came through the dirt. To go through the dirt, eventually go through the tree, then eventually gives us grapes.
So no matter what process you go through life.
It's a cycle of life. That's how I look at it.
No matter what process.
Too much Lion King.
Yeah. No matter what process you go on through life, no matter where you want to grow, you're gonna have to grow through some freaking dirt. You're gonna have to be crushed.
Yeah.
In order for you to go from plan A to plan Z,
like that tree had to give that.
You need to go through. You need to go through the different values of the alphabet. Wow, man.
That's right. As a matter of fact, one more's just come to my mind. And I'll leave you to this one, right? Your treasures is in the dark times, not in the light. Right? How does a seed, when you plant a seed into the ground, it grows into this beautiful tree. The seed's put into the ground where it's dark.
Yeah.
Right?
With the right surrounding, it'll grow.
That's right.
Exactly like human beings. With the right surrounding, we'll all grow.
That's right.
You can put the same seed in my toilet for 50 years and it won't even grow. Put it in my backyard with a bit of sun, a bit of water, and it'll grow after 50 years.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
You get to 50 years old. If you don't change your surrounding and your mind, you'll stay the same for the rest of your life. Right. The same influence, same thing.
Yeah.
Change it, and eventually that tree will grow.
That's right. That's right. So it's your treasures is in the dark times, right? The treasure. It's called you go and watch it one time. You type in a YouTube, TD Jakes Treasures in the Darkness, because the treasures is literally in the darkness, because you put a seed into the ground, you've got to bury it in the dirt where it's dark and cold.
Yeah.
That's where it starts working.
Mm-hmm.
And the promise of the seed being in the darkness is it grows into a beautiful plant. So every time go through a hard time, just know that you're a seed that's been planted in the ground, and in due time, you'll shoot through the soil into the warm sun.
Nice. Mic drop.
Yeah, that's it.
Legend.
Thank you so much for sharing your perspective, man. That is so inspiring, and you gave me a thing or two to remember.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're very welcome. I appreciate the invite. It's an honor to be able to speak to your team, and it's a pleasure. You guys, I tell you what, you guys are very blessed to have these two individuals, and I'm not saying that because they invited me on here. I said, you guys are very, very blessed to have Abbas and Safa, because I've known them a long time. I've known them for as long as I've been in this business, and I respect them highly, and I look up to them a lot. You guys have scored a dime in the dozen here, that's for sure. It's like a needle in a haystack. You've definitely you scored a good one here, guys.
I told you 1,000 times, it's you. If it wasn't you getting, it's always been you.
Mate.
It's you, bro. You connect people, bro. You connect people.
Mate, it's mate, you need to stop that stuff, bro.
I never would have got my first ad if it wasn't for you. Never got approved until you put your hands on it.
That's true.
Bro, bro, I will never forget. I will never forget that night. I'll never forget it. Brody rings me. And he's like, mate, I've got a new downline called Abbas. He's struggling to run his ad. I've got no idea what to do. Dude, I remember where I was sitting, where my office was, and what I was wearing, bro. I'll never forget it as long as I freaking live. I've still got the shirt today. I'll never forget it. And we sat on the Zoom, bang, changed a couple of things, light her up, kicked her in the guts, and she lit up pretty good. So I'll never forget that as long as I live, like ever.
Not ad Fatima.
Yeah, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, Ghazi, you got Ghazi for team. On my first month, I got about 4 people.
Yeah, golden. Yeah. Ghazi's awesome. I speak to him every now and then. He's hilarious. I love his laugh. Hey! That guy cracks me up, eh? Like, he's so good. But anyway. All right, guys. I'm out. It's been a pleasure. Take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
See you guys.
Okay, so this meeting is going to go a little bit over.
If you guys need to go.
If you guys need to go, you can. Catch the replay if you want. But if you guys want to stay, you guys are serious about your business, you're more than welcome to. So now I want you guys to ask, how can I shape myself to make sense in this world? It's actually funny. I didn't know what the hell Jeremiah was going to talk about, but I promise to God, it went hand in hand. We didn't plan what we're going to talk about. Promise.
We just write points. That's all we do.
We just wrote points, and Jeremiah came.
Whenever we know, we know.
And literally just added more fuel to the fire. So, ask yourself right now, how can I shape myself to make sense in this world? What's your gift? What's your message? Who are you? And have you been crushed into fine wine? We're still in the crushing process. We're not ready yet. The reason why you haven't succeeded just yet is because you're not ready. How do you make yourself ready? You ask yourself every single day, what can I do today to benefit from tomorrow? What can I implement today from the surroundings, the energy, the go lives, the content, the meetings? What can I implement today to reap the benefits from tomorrow? Because everything that was shared on here, I guaranteed each and every single one of you guys needed to hear at least one part of it. I almost guarantee you that. You need to build an unbeatable mindset. You need to build a mindset that's ready for failure. You need to build a mindset that's ready for criticism. You need to build a mindset that is
resilient, I guess.
Resilient. You need to build a mindset that is ready for growth and adaptation. What makes us great is our ability to change and adapt. Everything that's happening in business right now, in our business, is dependent on your growth and your adaptation. Either you grow with it or you grow against it. Which one would you choose? Grow with it, accept the change, roll with the punches, or grow against it and fall off the face of the earth? Whichever one you choose, regardless of where you are, that's your choice. But you're not going to succeed by failing. You're not going to succeed by giving up. It's just the law of succeeding. In order to have something that you've never had before, you got to be willing to do something you've never done before.
It's a law. It's a rule.
It's a law. It's a rule. So don't come and tell me why you haven't made any sales in 3 months. When 3 months ago you didn't know how to run a Facebook ad, now you do. Don't come and tell me why you haven't made any sales in 6 months. Because you've never learned how to speak to people with care and trust and persuasion influence. You never did that 6 months ago. We are learning a brand new skill. Can a newborn walk? Can a newborn walk?
Not naturally.
No. A newborn cannot walk. It needs to grow into it. He gets up, he learns how to hold his head still. Then it kind of starts to roll. Then it goes into the crawling phase. Then it goes
Sometimes
into the...
even backwards.
Yep. Then it goes into the phase of standing up on its own.
It's frozen.
Sorry, I think I've frozen.
Yeah, we're definitely frozen.
We're frozen.
Because they're frozen as well.
Shit, man.
What's up with my phone? What's it blowing?
Sorry, guys. We're back.
We're
We
back.
froze. Goes into the crawling, and then the start and the standing phase, and then eventually the walking phase. Trust the process, and you got to grow with it. Don't go against it. So I want to give you guys a challenge, and Abbas and I are actually doing this challenge all over again. Our challenge to you guys is, we were talking about it one day, not the 60-day sprint. We want you for 60 days. 60 days. 60 days. Oh, 60. We want you to go full throttle in this business. Full throttle. Ads out, content out, go lives twice a week, read at least a book a week. Okay.
Yes, at least 4 books a month.
Yep.
Yep.
Listen to podcasts, give out value, season everyone's posts, reach out to your uplines, us or your mentor. 60 days of full attention.
But why we tell you that is because that's what we did. So eventually, everybody knows they can't keep up 100 pace forever. You just can't. It's physically impossible.
Yep.
But after 60 days, you realize when you slow down, you might be doing 50, you might be doing 70, you might be doing 80%, but you're still doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? You're slowing down, but 80% for some people is a lot. But if you're used to 100% for two months, it becomes a habit. So when you start doing 80% or 50%, believe me, you're still doing a lot. You might feel, you actually might feel horrible about it, but you're still doing a lot compared to 100%. You get what I'm saying? Some people only do 20% a day or 10% a day. So when you're slacking off after 60 days, you realize, okay, I'm doing 50, I'm doing 60. But technically speaking, you're still doing 60%. 60% is good. 80% is enough. 70% enough. Believe me, even 40% is enough. That's what we tell you to do for 60 days because it becomes a habit.
Yeah,
we
want to instill some habits. So we're just going to give you some.
Yeah, because everything is a habit.
Every single day, we're making habits. You'll notice I have a habit of doing this. I have a habit of doing this. I have a habit of doing this. Wherever the case may be, that's a habit for me. So it takes 21 days to set in a habit. Why is it 60 days? Because you probably got 3 cycles of 21 days to hold in that habit. Yeah. So these are the things that you want to instill every single day into your daily routine to continue on to growing.
Tariq, are we still cutting out?
Okay, cool. Affirmations, reading, inspirational podcasts and videos. I'll send you a couple in the morning as well. Abbas and I will as well. What else? Ads, make sure all your ads are on. Okay? If you owe anyone money, pay it to them immediately.
Believe me, because it holds you back from
Trust
whatever
me.
money that's coming your way. It's like, okay, because God knows everything, believe me. We believe in God. God knows everything. It's like, okay, you want to make some money, but you still own Tom money. You still own Harry money. You still own Sarah money.
Yep.
You're not getting your money.
Okay? So if you owe anyone money, pay them back immediately. Okay. I'm going to write them really quick. So we got affirmations. Sorry if I spell them wrong. Daily gratitude. Reading. Journaling. Your perfect day. Over and over and over again. Reading your goals. And if you don't have goals, I recommend you writing down some goals, 3, 6, and 12-month goals. Affirmations, great gratitude, reading, journaling your perfect day, motivational podcasts and videos. What did I say?
That's affirmations,
Reading, journaling your perfect day, reading your thing, upload content every day.
Most important, do it with happiness. Like you get to do this, not because you have to do this.
Have a get to do list. Okay. I say this to the girls, dance every day.
Dance, yeah. She makes me dance, it's so embarrassing.
Dance every day because it releases endorphins. Okay, exercise. And feel good. Meditate. Give out value.
Yes.
For free. Be omnipresent. Which means your Instagram stories, your Facebook stories, your business stories, your Facebook, like your feed, where every single place someone sees you, they should see you. Be omnipresent, that's what it means. Okay? What else?
If it comes up along,
that's just a start. You guys need to personalize it for you guys as well. You guys are doing a 60-day sprint. Oh, training. Do at least 3 to 4 hours of training. Whether it be ACE, whether it be YouTube, whether it be, what's that other platform? BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed has really good like trending topics. Learn the topics.
You want to write that down, BuzzFeed?
BuzzFeed. Topics. Okay. Stay active. Follow-ups. I don't even give a shit if you message someone 50 million times. Keep messaging them until they fucking block you.
No. Fucking sucks being successful, eh? It really sucks, to be honest. It also sucks being broke. I rather live this lifestyle any day.
100%. So that's just literally a rough idea of how your 60-day sprint. You guys need to add it into your day and into your daily routine. 60 days sprint.
60 days.
You're going to sprint it. Okay? Does anyone have any questions before we finish?
What I like to know is, I want to ask questions. What is your favorite subject? Like, you know, people you like to motivate.
Unmute yourself.
Like, my favorite subject is leadership. I got a thing for it. I just love leadership.
I love
What about you, Tariq? Tariq, I want to ask you. Safa loves on
authenticity.
What do you like, Tariq? Like, what's your favorite thing that gets you so excited? A certain subject. Marketing?
In school?
No. I'm talking about in his business.
In general.
Oh, in this business, yeah. Watching YouTube, what's it called? Motivational podcast every day. In the car, like.
Regarding what subject? Like, what's your favorite subject? There's so much stuff. I just love certain subjects.
I didn't get you.
Like a subject that you like.
Okay, give him an example.
Like retail.
Yeah.
Do you like retail?
Oh yeah, no, I like marketing.
Marketing. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what
like
gets
business. Do you like business? Do you like
Yeah, marketing.
stuff like that?
So that's what gets you excited. Amazing.
Yeah.
What about you, Philomena? Everyone has to have a certain subject they just love listening to. They get them excited.
Things that get me excited is talking about self growth.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very, very important to focus on oneself and grow from mistakes that you do in life, to take on advice from other people that have experienced different things from you, I think is very important. Obviously, everyone's got a different perspective on things, but taking what people say, you know, don't block other people's opinions out, you know, taking all the information you can get, no matter what it is, and make it your own.
I love it. That's exactly how I started off. My favorite subject once upon a time was perspective. I used to love perspective. That's why I got into leadership. I loved it. What about Aziza? Aziza, are you there? Are you speaking to what's your favorite?
Rachel goes,
Rachel, can't mute yourself. I like motivation.
knowing that we can do it.
Sorry guys, my daughter wants to color in, so I had to give her some textures and stuff.
That's okay. What's your favorite subject that you like to learn about?
Oh, I don't know, man. Everything. Well, like everything is very inspiring. Like, I'm a person that adapts, and whatever I've learned, I enjoy it.
Every single thing. That's amazing. Because me, some things I hear, it's like, okay, I can listen to it because I'm open-minded, but leadership, whenever I hear about leadership, it just gets me so excited.
Yeah.
Like, so excited. Every single word goes inside my ear, it just stays on my brain, doesn't come out.
Yep.
I even like to learn more about like Facebook ads, like, you know what I mean? Like, go deep in it more.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm trying to go deep in it more because you know, like, I've got an IT background, so I always love computers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So the data makes sense to you.
Yeah, and especially now with the marketing, that like it's becoming more and more from, like, because I realized for myself that I've never realized that in myself before, but after I joined the business, I realized, oh, okay, I'm able to talk to people. I'm able to do the marketing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've never seen that in myself, to be honest.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask.
See, I can hear it now. I can hear it in your passion. You're excited about it. Before, it's like it was forced. I can hear it now. You get excited. You start speaking fast like me.
Yeah, I'll just speak fast, bro.
Yeah,
what's the BuzzFeed topics again? And
so the BuzzFeed, just go on.
Take a photo.
Yeah, just screenshot that, whatever the thing.
Screenshot it all.
The chat. Open the chat and thing.
I like the people writing them. I want them to talk.
Yeah, because I think Rachel can't, and Tegan I think has a little one there. But I'll read it out for you guys anyway. So Rachel goes, I like the motivation, knowing that we can be, do create what we have. I like the word can't. I just can't. Can. She didn't say can't.
I'm saying can't. I can't.
Yeah. Okay. What have whatever we want might or it's just going to take longer than others. Exactly. It's just our own process, I guess.
But you can also change it. It can also be faster than others as well. Just a little word right there. It could be faster than others as well.
Yep.
It could be slower and also faster.
And more successful.
Yeah.
Tegan is mindset and laws.
Yes.
Okay, so you and Abbas are best friends. Abbas is going to send you some nice motivational videos.
Yusuf. I know Rachel has Steph.
Cleo, what's your favorite thing to learn about? I think she knew I was waiting for her.
That's a big smile. I'm excited.
I like motivational because I have been an extremely negative person for a very long time. I've always tried to fight the negativity in my life, and I just did not know how. Wow. But since I was raised by a single mom. My dad left. We were five kids, so there was a lot of negativity coming out from her onto all five of us, and it's sad. I mean, I am now exposed to this, and I understand there's a way you can get out of that mindset and teach yourself positivity and motivation, all that. And from where I'm sitting right now, I can see the damage that my brothers have suffered, and because they are not mentally open to what I see, that they cannot see it. So I can't get to them because they don't see it. You know what I mean? So for me, I think the biggest thing that I really love about this is positivity, motivation. I love listening to motivation videos in the mornings. It just lifts me up. That I feel really good when I listen to that. And that's been a big thing for me.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing. The person that has such a lovely smile, but also negative, it's quite incredible. Yeah. If you want to get through to them, it's honestly quite simple. No matter what you say to them, it's only get through to them. They're just going to see you. They're just going to reflect off you. If you change and I say, oh my God, I've known you all my life, look at it, she's changed. If they throw negative at you, reply positive. You'll eventually see it. Like, you know, I'm not speaking to her. Whenever I say anything, she keeps killing me with kindness. And believe me, it will change, it will adapt because you've adapted. You know what I mean? Eventually it will happen. Believe me, my dad's very negative. He still is very negative. You know what I mean?
When I have conversations with my brothers, I now rethink what I actually say, because I used to just blah 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 blah, you know, just that whole negative, or this is what was expected, there's nothing new, everything's the same old, different day. But now I actually, because I listen to all these motivational speakers, I actually start talking like them without even thinking too much about it. So when I'm talking to my brothers who are going through whatever they're feeling, I'm like, hey, you know what? You could do this. So think about it like this. And, you know, this could be happening because this. Yeah. And it makes me feel good also knowing that I'm able to help them see it differently from what they have known all their life.
Mm-hmm.
And that just makes me feel really good.
I'm so glad that you actually shared that. And for someone who was so shy before, she's actually now unmuting herself, and it's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. That's okay, Rachel. We'll speak to you soon. She jumped off. Yeah. Salima, what was your favorite subject to learn about?
I like the growth and motivation. I totally get what Cleo was just saying. Like, I notice my sister sometimes she'll say things or do things and be like, I just realized like I used to be so there. And it's nice because you can kind of help them out, but then you also realize yourself how much you have grown when you don't think you have.
Correct.
And I really enjoy editing people's ads and their photos that they send to me, and then seeing them have success with that. I don't know. It makes me feel good.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, everyone. And Hamza, are you there? What do you love to learn about?
I forgot about you. Salima, thank you so much for sharing, to be honest. And
yes.
Thank you so much for sharing.
We got your back, girl. You got to unmute yourself,
man.
You got to unmute
yourself. So you'll be good.
I'm going to unmute him. No, where'd he go?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Where'd he go?
Yeah. What were we saying?
What do you love to learn? What is your favorite subject to learn in this business?
What do I like to learn about?
What's your favorite subject? There's got to be a favorite subject.
Honestly, you're going to think I'm weird, but money, man.
That's it.
That's a great subject.
I love it.
It's an amazing subject.
It really is.
I love it.
I understand.
Like I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, nothing wrong. How's that weird?
That's not weird.
I don't know. Some people think like Fai's got all things about his money, but hey.
Negative people think that all you think about money. I just see a person that's not scared of learning how they can make money and how money works.
Yeah, and diversify.
Yeah, and what you're gonna do now, guys, is what I recommend you do, Hamza, is write a letter to your money.
I've done that ages ago. It was the best.
Write a letter to your money.
Let me give you an example. You're probably confused. Like, I'll give you an example.
I think I know what you mean.
Go say it.
Okay, the example is money. All my life, I hated you, you know, like all my life I hated you, but whenever you came to my bank account, I got so excited. You know, whenever I had, $900 in my bank account, I was so excited. I used to get the chills, it's exciting. Have you ever got your first paycheck ever? Like ever? How exciting was it? Money is exciting.
Oh my God.
And when you go, it's depressing. It's like when I first got off my wife. Yeah, it was exciting. When she goes, I get depressed.
Aww.
You write that kind of letter. You come from
money.
That kind of stuff. It really does help. It really does. Because all this stuff I never used to do. And I knew for me to do this kind of stuff, okay, because I never used to do this kind of stuff. Stuff I said earlier, if you want to have something that you never had, you got to do something that you never done. And I've done that. So my favorite subject goes back to obviously leadership. Why is leadership for me the most important thing? Because once upon a time I didn't know who I was. All our life we followed our boss. We had to get our appreciation from our boss. If our boss didn't say good work, we'll be depressed the whole week. And do you guys agree? So when you guys find out who you truly are, you stand for something. When you guys stand for something, you give people that usually follow people a reason to follow you. That's why I like leadership, because you find out truly who you are. And when you find out who you are 100% in what you stand for, you'll never fall for anything for the rest of your life. You'll never fall for anything. People call you this, people call you that, people call you a terrorist. People say, why aren't you guys wearing sort of vests and blowing up yourself? I know who I am. I don't give a shit what you think of me. I know who I am. Believe me, we get that.
No, trust me, we get that.
We get that.
We get that.
Believe me, but I know who I am. I don't really care.
It's because of you, Safa.
Huh? Because of me.
I feel like, as long as you know who you are, no one can mislead you. So, you know what I mean? Like, once you become a follower and you give people purpose to follow you, they will follow you until the end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? You will follow you to the end. That's why Brody's so good at it, because he stepped into a leadership role. He knows who he is, and he gives people purpose. He gave me a purpose to follow him.
You know, sorry to cut you off, Abbas, but you said something ages ago when I first got into this business. You said something amazing. Until this very day, it floats in the back of my mind. You said, I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. I want to be the dumbest guy in the room.
Yeah.
Do you know those words? If I can get a tattoo, I would actually tattoo that on me. That was an awesome saying. And I was thinking about it and I was contemplating about it for such a long time. For probably now for the past 3 weeks in a row, I've been thinking about that saying. And it's us as natural human beings, we always want to know it all. You know what I mean? Especially because we carry a natural ego. We want to be the people that we, people approach us and ask us, and we want to always have an answer, even if we make it up, right? Even if we make up the answer on the spot and it's all bullshit, we want to be that person that has the answer for everything. And then that saying that you said to me came to my mind, and I've been thinking about it for about 3 weeks straight, and I'm like, what did he mean by that? What did he mean by that? And then it clicked to me that get rid of your ego, be the most stupidest guy in the room, but learn from every single person around you.
Correct.
Because when you can be a bank for money, and you can be a bank
for knowledge. 100%.
For knowledge. And that is the best bank.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Sorry about that.
It's the way it is. You have to learn. Where are you going to get by being knowing it all, being
exactly.
all?
Because you restrict
yourself.
There's
no growth there.
You restrict yourself. Why I said that is because once upon a time I thought I was an know-it-all, and I was hectic, making $25 an hour, and I was inside controlling 20 people. I thought that was it for me. I thought I was going to pass on to my son, but that's why I told you that day. It's like I told you that day. I don't want to be the smartest person. I want to be the dumbest person. That's why I surround myself by smarter people like you guys. You guys are all smarter than me. Again, I never have the ego that I'm smarter than you guys. That's why I got one of you guys to talk, because I want you guys to teach me something as well. Again, I gave you guys something. Give me something back as well. You know what I mean? Like this time for about an hour, we guys like we've been giving you. Give me at least one thing back. I'll be happy. You get what I'm trying to say? I've learned something about you. Or about anything.
Yeah, and that's
because I'm open-minded. I want to learn anything, whatever it can teach me today, and obviously because that's our main goal. Every single day, I want to be better than yesterday. I know something about you, but I didn't know yesterday. I know something about Tegan, I didn't know about yesterday. Even for Philomena and all of you guys with the beautiful faces and the nice photo on the wall, whatever that is.
Absolutely. I know it's a little bit late. I know you guys have taken a little bit time away from your families, and we do respect your time. We do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm just going to stop this recording.